Okay, so I'm speaking to a great guy and a great entrepreneur nearby. Can you tell me a few words about you?
Absolutely. I am Jonathan Manzi. I'm extremely attractive, outgoing, big fan of sports, but I also am an entrepreneur, so I do like to live that lifestyle. I started an internet marketing company when I was in high school. I was a sophomore in high school, and it did fairly well. We ended up going really far with that, and I go to Stanford University and run some initiatives there on the entrepreneurial side of things, and now I'm starting a new company that's really exciting that will hopefully, or will be rather, in stores in the immediate future and doing huge things. And this is my friend Alex. I've known Alex for quite a long time, and he's got a very interesting story himself.
So my name is Alex Debelov. I'm originally from Russia. I was born in Russia. I came to the United States to study. And I guess I realized very early on that I had a very unique opportunity to really impact how our world works. And, I didn't want to be kind of part of the system. I wanted to change it. And I've been living with that passion for quite some time. And one of the things I did in college was being the co-founder of the Cairo Society, which is the world's largest student entrepreneurship organization. Our last summit was taking place at the United Nations, Rockefeller Estate, and the New York Stock Exchange, and it's been addressed by everybody from Bill Clinton to Bill Gates Sr. So that was a very successful college project. While in college, also was doing a lot of social media marketing with different brands, whereas recognized as one of the top 5 college entrepreneurs in the United States by Entrepreneur Magazine. And most recently, my passion has lied in seeing that video content distribution hasn't taken off, and so recently my company, we've started a video content distribution service, and my goal and my passion is to change the way people communicate through video around the world, and the way people communicate their messages.
You're so young and you're so lucky, so what is about? I mean, how can you do it?
I think it's 100% passion, and I've had the fortune of meeting a lot of young entrepreneurs over the course of the past 5-10 years, and the differentiator is the enormous amount of passion that does things such as getting yourself up in the morning at 4 a.m. and going to bed at 2 a.m. so you get 2 hours of sleep, and this is part of the course, and it's also about this larger. I don't think it would be sustainable for any entrepreneur if there wasn't a larger goal in mind. For my company, we're kind of posited in the health science field right now, and we have NFL players on board. We have leading scientists at Stanford University. We have seasoned executives on board, and the whole goal is we're reared up and we're ready to make a huge change in the way health is delivered in the beverage space. We're trying to have a good time doing it. We're a company branded on work hard, play hard. We're trying to shake things up, and in the club scene, while we're simultaneously trying to deliver drinks to professional athletes that will get them to outperform their peers and lead more healthy careers that are less prone to things such as overtraining, syndrome, breakdown. So we're doing a lot of cool stuff, and again, just to back up, it is about the passion, right? And it is about this larger mission statement that you live your life by. You're trying to move the world forward, progress it, create jobs, and make an impact, make a legacy. That's the bottom line. Make a legacy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, the greatest satisfaction is when you get that idea, right? You get the 4 people in the room, and you're thinking, wow, why don't we go out and do this, right? For me, for right now, the best example to rely on is my experience with Kairos. It's 4 guys in a room with an idea of changing the world. We're just saying, oh, listen, in 3 years, we're going to have a conference at the United Nations. We're going to have Chief of UN tell us, wow, you guys changed the world. We're going to be on CNN. We're going to be in MSNBC. We're going to have people like Bill Clinton, Bill Gates Sr. talking about us. You sound nuts when you say that, but now that you look back at it 3 years later, you go, holy shit, we've done it all, and that's the idea with entrepreneurship is you got to be super crazy to believe you're going to change the world and go out and do it. And here's the thing too. This is the exciting part. I was telling John this thing. Recently, we started hiring salespeople for my company. We don't have that much cash, but we can't pay people salary, and our ambitions are very large. We want to have hundreds of people selling for us. So the only way we can do it is pay them commission for the sales they can generate. And so we posted 2 ads. One, we said, we'll pay you hourly salary and we'll pay you commission. And we wrote just a very typical job ad. You'll be working from 9 to 5, you'll be making cold calls, you're going to be contacting big companies, we'll pay you an hourly salary and pay you commission. We got 40, we wrote that ad. And then we wrote another ad where we said, listen, we don't want another employee, we want someone who will come with us and change the world. We want people that will make a difference, make an impact. First ad, the one where we're paying salary and commission, salary paid, was 40 responses. The other one where we said we'll purely pay you commission, but we want you to join our dream and partake in our dream, 200 people applied for it. And people called me and were like really passionate about doing it. People were already bought into company culture and just wanted to go out and actually do it. And it was great satisfaction to see that, in our world today and the way we communicate and the amount of boredom that big corporations and typical lifestyle creates, there's a huge opportunity for entrepreneurs to go out, have an innovative idea, start it, and get other people on board and really change the world.
I think the other thing to point out too is we're talking about entrepreneurial passion. I think that's the type of thing that will get you to overcome any obstacles thrown your way. I look back at my first company. I was this kid, 15 years old in high school, and I said, I'm gonna make $1 million, and I'm gonna do it in 2 years. I knew damn well I wanted to be a millionaire before I was 17 years old. That was my goal. I wanted to have enough money to buy a nice car and do some things that I wouldn't have the opportunity to do elsewise. And along the way, you run into a path of people who disagree with you and want to put you down and tell you that your goal is too ambitious and that you're crazy because you think of these things. And you look at it over time. If you have a good idea, that's going to happen. You have to look at it the right way. I was having a conversation with one of my buddies at Stanford earlier today, and it essentially went like this. My previous experience as an entrepreneur went from some random kids in my high school telling me I was crazy and I shouldn't stop playing football and I shouldn't drop out of class or run my idea, that it was never going to work. Then I went to kind of like the vice president of this investment group. I remember just telling him how I didn't want to invest my money that I made. I wanted to throw it into my company. And then I went to my dad because I ended up billing his credit card $30,000 behind his back. It's crazy. It's a crazy story, but that's the type of stuff I did. And I ended up giving him a check for $45,000, so it didn't really matter. He was happy. But the bottom line is you get a chain of people who tell you no, it's not going to work. But as you progress, if you look back at it, the chain of people will increase in their acumen and their credibility. So, for example, later on, the vice president of Value Click Media, which is a publicly traded company, is telling me my idea is not going to work. And then you go on, and then a guy who's thinking about buying my company works at an equity shop, and he has $1 billion invested in assets, and he's telling me, no, your company's not going to work. And it goes, well, I've heard this story before, but it started out when I was 15, and I was buying a sandwich in line at my high school, and it was this kid who was also my peer, and he said it wasn't going to work. So as an entrepreneur, you look at the negative thoughts and you use them as kind of proof positive that your idea is actually probably a damn good idea, because the truth of the matter is, the fact of the matter is, if it was an idea in which got no sort of pushback, it wouldn't be innovative, it wouldn't be disruptive, it would be a proven thought, and everyone in the world would be doing it, and there'd be no competition, there'd be nothing to exploit. So the hate, if you will, the haters, if you will, to use a colloquial phrase, it's good, it's natural, and you gotta have it, and you gotta love it. As an entrepreneur, you gotta use it as fuel. My company right now, we were able to, we're 6 months out of stealth. We have a core of guys who are playing in the NFL, a core of the most renowned Stanford scientists on the board of the medical school on board. We've done crazy stuff in 5 weeks. The energy is ridiculous. We're going to lease out a mansion this summer to put all our heads together, and we're going to get a Tesla. We're going to slap our logo on it. And we're going to be doing some guerrilla marketing tactics, and we're going to go hard. But you know what? As I'm planning this out over the past 6 weeks, everyone's telling me the same stuff. You're out of your mind. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I go, that's awesome you're telling me that, because I know this thing's going to blow up now. This is something as an entrepreneur, and these are very personal experiences I'm telling you, and I think that's the best way to do it.
What are you going to do?
So Alex doesn't know. Alex might be one of the haters, for example. But no. In all seriousness, there are things as an entrepreneur that you will encounter that many people see as obstacles, and honestly, they are debasing, right? And they do deflate your confidence. But at the end of the day, you got to use it as fuel to push yourself forward. And we had this general conversation previously about entrepreneurship. I think that differentiates the entrepreneur. There are crazy things with passion that drive you to do things like get no sleep and driving to make sales calls to people that you should have no business calling, and walking in and introducing yourself to people you have no business even talking to. But then there are also other things like someone says absolutely tears you apart, Googles you and finds out every negative thing about you, brings it to light, and just everything they can they'll throw at you, and you got to say, "The mosquito just bite me? What just happened? I didn't feel a damn thing." And you got to move forward. That's another side of being an entrepreneur, I think. And the larger mission is, again, to leave a legacy, impact the world. And if you have these high-end goals attached to you're not just about making profit. You are. I mean, you have to. If you're making profit, you're going to employ people. But if that's your fundamental bottom line, you're not going to be sustainable. You're not going to go far, and you won't be able to put in the time. When you become others focused and mission focused, that's when you can do huge things. And it's really cool. And Alex has seen this through Kairos probably a million times. A bunch of young guys in their organization. I know they do an incredible amount of things. And I'm very fortunate. I've discovered their group very recently. But it's a bunch of young kids who I think the odds are least in their favor by virtue of the fact they are so young. And these are kids who go out and hustle and make things happen. And it's a beautiful thing. And his organization stands as a testament to that. The fact that they were able to throw this together, as he said, in barely any time, and do these completely audacious, ambitious things and get them done. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what it comes down to it is if you have a good purpose and you want to not only make money, like I said, when I said an ad and I told people, you're going to make money, 40 people replied, and I said, you're going to change the world, 200 people replied, you know what sells to the crowd. So if you have that mission and, that's what you're going after, everything is possible, I think the number one thing you will learn in entrepreneurship is you set the limit, and then you define how hard you're going to be working and how much you're going to believe in yourself first to achieve that. Because in the end of the day, you got to remember that you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your idea and just, go set it as high as possible. Never set it lower, because if you can visualize it, and if you can have that vision and you have the energy to back it up, you can make it happen.
Sash, but you know Russia, so what do you think about Russian entrepreneurs?
I mean, listen, do you know US? You know Bill Clinton? You know how many people go to Bill Clinton every day? You know how many people approach Arnold Schwarzenegger? Oh, listen, we got meetings with all of them, and we even got the CEO of Alibaba to bring 50 Kairos kids to China and 100 kids to Europe from the Prince of Netherlands a couple of weeks ago. They were brought to Europe for Kairos Europe Summit. And I mean, skepticism is going to be everywhere. Listen, everybody we approached initially, we were approaching students from Harvard, and we said, listen, you have a Harvard entrepreneurship group. Would you rebrand it and join Kairos? Why would we do that? We're the Harvard Entrepreneurs Group. We are the Stanford Entrepreneurs Group. We're the Princeton. It's not easy. We make it seem easy because we've gone through it, and we're telling you, we're giving you a 30-second version of a 3-year-long story of struggle and tears and blood and whatever. But it's hard, and it's hard everywhere. But you can't. Every market is going to have its own barriers. Everyone is going to have their own culture. But if you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're doing, everything is possible. You're just going to have people. You have to find people that champion your idea, that champion your success, and you have to believe in yourself. Because what Russia has today is a great opportunity. Because 1,000 people in Russia will tell you, there's this problem, we're so bureaucratic, and we're so blah, blah, blah. And then there'll be one person who'd be great to say, wow, there's a huge opportunity. Nobody has done it before. And I'm going to be the first person that's going to go out there and change everything.
I text messaged him. I was doing research on Russia in preparation for the conference, and he gets a text message from me about 3 a.m. a few days ago. And he can actually show it if you want to show it. But it's something along the lines of, Alex, I've been doing this research on Russia. What the hell? This place is just absolutely primed for innovation. Yeah. We're talking about GDP rates that have absolutely spiked. We're talking about unemployment. You guys went from just egregious unemployment, and you shrunk it to a level that is more palatable, better than the United States unemployment rate. And you did that in 10 years? You guys are ready for that spark plug to come in and just perpetrate, right? Or really put it out there in the long term.
Yeah, that's it. And just to catch up on it, just like you said, what about Russia? Well, there's going to be that one person that's never going to look back 10 years from now and going to be like, wow, that person actually really changed our country, And the thing is, today, pretty much anybody who's in IT, who's has good education, who has a great idea and a lot of passion and ambition, can go achieve that and become that person. And that's what's a great opportunity about Russia. Like, not a single nation, not a single company, not a single, today we sit here and we say, oh, Bill Gates is such a great guy, Mark Zuckerberg is such a great guy. Guess what? Mark, it was only 8 years ago, was sitting in Boston, went to 5 venture firms. I know those guys that he went to. It says, listen, I have this website, it's for college students. How are you going to make money? Oh, you're going to charge ads. That's very interesting. Wow, we've seen that business model work out great. But today they're like, holy shit, we kind of messed up big time. And the thing is, it's the same thing. It's the same argument all over again. How can we, this is not going to work, this is not going to work, it's not going to work in this environment, it's not going to work this. There's going to be that one person that will make it work, and everybody's going to talk about it. And it's not going to be 1,000 people, it's going to be one. So that's right.
Thank you, guys. You were so optimistic.
we're realists. Yeah, actually, we're fundamentally realists. I mean, Russia will blow up. I mean, you look at the stats, and you do all the analytics you want, you do the actuarial tables, they're primed. And I'll be the first one to say it. If there's the right catalyst in that environment, and the governmental structure, and this is all things we can talk about in the conference, but the governmental structure remains pro-entrepreneurship and initiates some other time-proven endeavors, right, in that sector. Man, you guys can be, you go to the next major global summits, you guys can say, hey, look at our entrepreneurial numbers, they absolutely killed yours the past few years. So I'm very pro-Russian, I'm very pro the direction they're taking. I can't wait to go to this conference and get to the brass tacks about making some initiatives and innovations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
Sure.